Hello on the Rockers, get ready to get glam and sassy as we welcome RuPaul's Drag Race's Acacia Forgot and the winner of Project Drag, Lorelei the Drag Queen, with my co-host, runway and print model and musician, Steven Dehler. And me, your sassy host with the sassy most. Raise a glass, let the drinks begin, it's on the rocks.
Thank you for being
Boulevard.
Life is a banquet, and most poor suckers are starving to death.
I'd like to propose a toast.
This is On the Rocks with Alexander, where I drink with your favorite celebrities as we talk about fashion, entertainment, pop culture, reality TV, and, well, that's about it. So pop a cork, lean back, and raise a glass to On the Rocks.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Lord have mercy. Buttons and bows and pantyhose on the Rocks podcast, the place where we're too glad to give a damn. New studio, who dis? After taking a little siesta for the summer, we are back at our new home here at Straw Hut Media, right in the heart of West Hollywood. Hey, Queens. Different studio, same strong drinks. Take a sip.
Finally got a little facelift. You know, we are in LA after all.
Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at On the Rocks on Air, and on Facebook, On the Rocks Radio Show. Send me an email, book me for a pride, wedding, funeral, quinceañera, bris. I don't care. I'll show up. Info at ontherocksradioshow.com. Send us your comments, your guest requests, and your guest questions. The show's presented by Straw Hut Media. You can watch our now over 352 episodes for free at ontherocksradioshow.com. You can watch us on Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, on the Outlet.tv app, Facebook Watch, and GED Magazine, and I Love Gay LGBTQ. Streaming with Bride on SVTV. We're everywhere. All right, let's get the show on the road. Returning to On the Rocks is our veteran pop culture reporter, Steven Dehler. Steven is no stranger to the spotlight, working as a runway and print model, who's been seen on Will and Grace, Drag Race, and Todrick Hall videos. As a musician and dancer, he's appeared in Voss Events burlesque shows, and his YouTube videos of him playing shirtless piano are very, very popular. Please welcome back the bubble butt with a brain, Steven Dehler.
It just gets longer, doesn't it?
Well, I'll say. You also work as a dancer in nightlife. How has the go-go culture changed the most over the last couple of years?
I mean, it's definitely, like, I guess, quieted down a little bit. I mean, nightlife isn't the same as it was, maybe 10 years ago, but I don't know. What do you think? You go out. As a patron, you go out and you go and enjoy it. Like, I'm there working, so I'm more of like, a good night for me is that I make money. It could be a dead night or a busy night. So I'm just happy I make money, but
I just don't see people like going up to go-go's and interacting with them. They're mostly just staring now.
Yeah.
Is that true?
I feel like, yeah. Last weekend, there was a lot of people that were out, but there wasn't a lot of money being thrown around. Like, not even just for the dancers, but for the bartenders. I was talking to a couple of bartenders, and they're looking for second jobs and all that.
Well, on our Hot Topics today, we're going to talk about nightlife and what is happening in LA nightlife. And then we're going to end the show with our Pop on the Rocks. You have a little pop culture.
Yeah.
So
you know how I do.
You know how you do. I must be losing weight in my ears because my headphones are shifting.
Your head's getting smaller.
Thin. Yeah, but everything else is not. Let's welcome our guest, Lorelei, born and raised in Southern California. She's a self-described drag industry plant based out of Los Angeles. She's an award-winning theater artist and drag performer, most recently presented as the winner of Project Drag at Beaches Tropicana and Best Drag Performance at the 2025 Precinct Awards. Additionally, she's the founder of Dionysia? Yes. An artist collective dedicated to developing long-form theatrical works for drag performers. In collaboration with Dionysia, Lorelei was awarded the Sydney Fringe Exchange Award at last year's Hollywood Fringe Festival, and she's set to perform her original play in Sydney, Australia, on a scholarship. And along with her theatrical work, she's been featured on Out TV, Apple TV, as well as a number of short films and web series available for streaming online. Check out her podcast, Shablam! Every time I say it, I have to say it like that. Shablam.
Yes.
You can find Lorelei on the road, touring with the Taylor Swift Eras Tour Drag Brunch version, which has been touring all around the nation. She's a resident cast member coming to a city near you. Please welcome Lorelei!
Hi! Oh, you did such an excellent job. That was quite a mouthful, isn't it?
Well, I'm used to a mouthful. Also joining us, Acacia Forgot, multi-state gem. Born into a musical family, she's been playing music since she could walk and writing music since she could talk. She moved to New York, growing her presence in the queer and country music scene. She met the love of her life and moved to Los Angeles. She joined the Drag Race family for season 17 of Drag Race. Did she go home too soon? Yes, she did. She's
Allegedly.
she's currently working on her debut album and traveling all around the nation. Please welcome Acacia Forgot.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you. I just had, allegedly.
Allegedly. We're going to talk all about
Yeah,
it.
we will.
I want to know, both of you, what was your first exposure to drag?
Well, my first exposure was probably when I had to be like in middle school or something, and I found Sherry Vine on YouTube.
Sherry's done the show a number of times.
Really?
Oh, yes.
I love her. And I showed all my friends the shit in my pants music video. And I would like just be like sitting there just like watching it and like so excited to show them. And then they'd all at the end be like, what the fuck was that? And I was like, this is the best thing I've ever seen. And they were just like, I think you need help. Like that's fucked up. And I just knew from then that was the path for me.
But do you know how much I appreciate a drag race girl understanding and knowing the beauty of the veteran queens like Lady Bunny, like Sherry Vine, like Coco Peru?
Mm-hmm.
I think some of these new drag race girls just don't understand where drag comes from and what it means to be a drag entertainer. It's not just the gowns that somebody else made for you.
And at the time, I didn't even know that it was drag. I just knew that it was just so interesting, just the whole art of whatever they were doing. And I would just watch Coco Peru and Sherry Vine endlessly on YouTube. And then I found Heclina and Peaches.
Ooh, yes.
And then I found Drag Race. And then I was like, oh, they have competitions for this? I had no idea like that it was even that serious.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned Sherry because I think like we're about the same age
Yeah.
and we were both children of the internet.
Mm-hmm.
So we were finding like all the queens who were posting videos up on YouTube. So like Sherry and Coco. I remember Kelly's Shoes. Are you familiar with?
Oh, yeah.
Kelly Shoes.
Shoes.
So that, the internet, and then I grew up doing musical theater. So obviously there were a lot of references to drag and musical theater. La Cage aux Folles obviously was a big one for me. I remember like Kinky Boots came out when I was like in middle school. That was like very hot. So I was just kind of exposed through drag through these different avenues in theater and online. And I kind of put it all together and I loved performing and I loved makeup and it just felt like something I could do very naturally. So that was cool.
Yeah.
So how did you get into drag? It's one thing, just looking at the videos, but what was that defining moment that you're like, you know what, I'm going to try drag?
I did for Halloween for a number of years.
That's like the gateway, I think, for
that's
a
like
lot
a
of people.
gateway. Love Halloween, love dressing up. And then I went to school in LA and I decided to try going out a few times in drag just for fun, seeing what it was like. And I kind of accidentally fell into it. It was the type of thing where like I was just dressing up for fun. And I think that maybe people thought that I was looking for bookings because that's usually what you normally do when you want to start drag. And I think I was doing it a little less consciously than maybe I had anticipated. And then I started falling into gigs and I love performing. So it kind of came naturally to me to just do it again, but in drag. So I felt like I kind of fell and stumbled into it a little bit. And then opportunities just started piling up. And there's so many different little pockets of drag across LA that going across all of them, you can sustain a long time of just putting yourself out there for the first time and introducing yourself over and over and over to new audiences. And that's kind of what I did for a few years until the pandemic hit. I don't know, what about you?
I love that. I grew up in San Jose, California, in a very homeschool, conservative, religious like lifestyle. And so anything gay that I found, I had to find on my own.
And kind of like hide it?
I had to hide everything, and then I ended up moving to North Dakota for college because I was like, I'm gonna buy a farm, I'm gonna find a Christian girl, it's gonna be my life.
Wow.
You laugh now, but there's still time.
Yeah.
And so then after my freshman year, I came out as gay, and I stayed in North Dakota throughout my whole college. And every like school year, basically, I was like, how can I graduate to be more gay and more gay? And then by my senior year, I was like, well, I feel like the graduation, like my thesis is drag. So then I found drag and I was like, I just want to try it. I tried it. I went out to a show for the first time. They had a monthly show at the American Legion. And
American Legion.
Yeah.
Why not?
And it was insane because the closest show was 400 miles away. Yeah. So like it would pack out. And I've still to this day never made as many tips in one night as I would make at that show because they go crazy. And then I went to a show just to watch it and they saw me and they're like, you're too pretty to not be performing, which was not true. And they were like, we need to put you in. So they put me in the next show and I was just like a monthly cast member. And then I moved to New York to further the craft. And then here we are. I mean, it's crazy.
I want to talk about your growing up. So you were born into a musical family. Tell the audience, like, what does that mean?
So my dad's side of the family, I actually just got my grandma's piano that she bought when she was
I saw
19
it on
years old.
social media. That's
and I have
amazing.
my grandpa's first guitar that he bought when he was 12.
Wow.
And they have been playing music their whole life, and everything in their life revolves around like comedy, love, and music. Everything is about laughter, playing music together, and being with family. And growing up, I'm telling you, from the time they got up to the time they went to sleep, they were playing music. It was always the first thing they did when they get up and the first thing they do when they go to bed. And everything just revolved around music. We had a guitar in my hand before I could even walk. It was just music all the time.
Now, how did you deal with this duality? Because music is very free expression, it's very emotional. So you had this going on, but then you had this conservative upbringing, and then you had this sexuality that, is a part of you. You would think, musical family is going to be very open and gay. Woo-hoo.
Well, it was bluegrass country music, so it was very
bluegrass can get pretty gay. It can get a little gay.
It can, but it was very everything was kind of religious, but they're also a Midwest family. Half my family is Midwest and half of it's Southern, and so within that, it's just a lot of we don't talk about things. We just like to keep things light, and you push everything under the rug.
So what happened when you actually did come out?
Well, I was looking at a lot of my friends who were coming out to their families and being pushed away and disowned. And the parents would always use this argument of either you're going to be straight or we're going to disown you and you're never going to have family, and kind of giving them this ultimatum. And knowing that my parents loved me, I mean, all parents love their kids for the most part. But
that's the assumption.
I'm what if we gave them the ultimatum? And so when I came out to my parents, I was I'm gay, my bag's packed. If you don't accept me right now, I'm walking out the door and you'll never talk to me again. And it worked. So they came around and they were we'll figure it out. But we love you, we support you, we want to be there. And then now, my dad is on the LGBT board for his company.
I love that.
They work Pride every year. They come to all my shows. They're
you were
so
a drag
supportive.
race.
Yeah, they love everything. Yeah.
And it's funny because people don't know that you have a musical background too. When did you start playing piano?
I was 8. Yeah. My dad played the guitar, and then he I don't even want to date myself because I said he bought a keyboard from Circuit City.
Just say Best Buy.
I know.
Well, I got my first keyboard from my uncle in prison who couldn't have it anymore. So I think you have a better story.
You know what? I'm going to just steal that one. That sounds way better than mine. But yeah, he got those little dinky 40 key keyboards, not even the length of a piano. And I just picked it up one day and then never looked back.
But you can play everything from Final Fantasy overtures to
I got really
classic
lucky.
to pop.
I was very serendipitous. Long story short, my piano teacher ended up living around the corner from me. So I was able to walk to lessons for over 10 years. Okay. She taught me specializing in sight reading through the School of Sherwood, is what they teach at Juilliard and stuff. So it was, so I could just pick up whatever and play it.
At my house, we have my mom's piano. It was her first piano she got when she was 5 years old. And she played piano religiously her whole life.
Yeah.
But that piano sits at the house.
I know, we're piano twins.
Yeah. And talking about arts and being part of our culture, Lorelei, theater is a huge part of your life. How did you get into the theater scene? And where was that division? Because you're able to mesh drag and theater now, but there probably was a choice. It's am I just going to be a stage person, or am I going to go after being a drag queen?
Yeah, I think that when I was growing up, my mom was very into going to the theater, so she would always bring me along. And I have 2 older brothers, and out of all the children, I gravitated to theater the most. And I always enjoyed being an actor. I think what it was, though, is that I really enjoy tricking people. And I enjoy being an agent of chaos, and I think acting definitely is a part of that. And I do enjoy the technique of performing and all of that, but in my heart, I enjoy being disruptive. And what I like about drag is that it feels like a formalized performance that can be disruptive, and it can change every single time, and it's not something that needs to be played the same every single time. I do think that some drag queens, I feel there's this rumor or this belief that drag queens who do theater, they're really theater actors who weren't very good at doing theater, so then they decided to do drag. And I never thought of it that way. I really think of myself as a theater artist where drag is my medium, and I use drag as a method of the storytelling, and I appreciate it separately from acting with a script or like performing a song in a show. I feel like drag has its own performance theory and it has its own practice, and that's what excites me about it. So that's kind of why I gravitated to drag over just doing like the commercial theater route, because I have a lot of friends who live in Los Angeles. Los Angeles is full of actors, so like everybody knows the commercial like acting route, and that just never really appealed to me. I liked being an artist and I liked making my own thing, and I enjoy that about drag.
There is that assumption though, like I know that Susie too has to deal with that. It's like, oh, she's tap dancing again. It's like, but she's a theatrical talent. Mm-hmm. But now we're seeing this on Broadway, where we're seeing drag queens on Broadway, which is huge. So it's like, yeah, there's validity there. And I think as a good drag queen, you need to be able to perform in many different mediums. And we know theater is really, really difficult. But along with that assumption too is, oh, Drag Race girls don't really sing. Or when they release a single, it's either all rapped, kind of like, it's not really singing, or it's all auto-tuned. How do you deal with that stigma? Because you are a musician. I mean, before you ever did drag, you were a musician. We know that. We know that you know how to sing. We know how to play guitar. You know how to songwrite. So how do you deal with that kind of stigma? It's like, oh, another Drag Race girl singing, when that was always there first.
I mean, for me, I think it's more internal. I think that a lot of the girls who've come before me on Drag Race who release music, for most of them, I should, at least from what they say, drag comes first, and then music is also a secondary passion of theirs. Where for me, I always knew from a young age that my path would be passion. I mean, girl,
drink some more, girl. On the rocks.
Wait, but I love that. Your path is passion.
My path is passion.
You guys.
You guys, my path is passion. And I love it.
Our apology to all of our people with lisps.
Someone right now is listening.
So
no hate to passionate people.
Anyway, so it's passion, and to quote the peppermint. But no, so my path, I always knew was going to be music. And I just didn't know how that path would go. And then I found drag, and I saw Trixie doing country music and drag. And I was like, she said something where she's like, there's thousands of like men named Brian doing country music. Yeah. But there's one Trixie Mattel doing country music. And that really struck a nerve with me, because I was already doing drag at the time. And I was like, oh, what if this is my path to do country music? So music has always been my number one. And that was always my North Star. And then I found how to add drag to that.
Tell us about your debut album. Like, what should we expect?
My debut album is called Hollywood Hillbilly. There is a Kickstarter live right now, so if anyone wants to go donate, there's a few days left.
Bring in
I
that
would really appreciate it.
Passionate.
I am very passionate. My path is passionate. Oh my God, I'm gonna die. No, so it's called Hollywood Hillbilly, and it is kind of my love letter. Growing up in California, I've always loved California. My heart's always been here. And then since living in LA, there's a lot of controversy that people say I'm not an LA queen.
I was going to ask, where do you consider home? Because you were born in San Jose, you studied in North Dakota, then you really kind of grew into your skills in New York, and now you're back in LA for like 4 years, right?
I've been here for 3 years now.
Okay.
By the time I got on Drag Race, I was already here for 2 years, and everyone keeps, still to this day, when I go out, people come up to me and they're like, so how does it feel to finally be an LA girl? And I'm like, I've literally been here, girl.
Yeah.
So this is like my love letter to LA, to California. Every song has some kind of root in, like, whether it's lyrically, musically, in LA and California, and the history of it. And so I'm really excited, because it's like, also country music has a lot of roots in LA. There's a lot of famous country music artists that have come out of California, out of LA. LA is like the third largest country scene in the country. And I think that needs to be seen more. So that's kind of the vibe of it. It's going to be rock and roll. It's going to be a scene of the decades, from like 50s to current, of like Sunset Boulevard, of
love it,
like everything.
Yeah, love it.
Everything LA.
Lorelei, let's talk about Project Drag. You are the winner of this year's Project Drag. How many competitions were there? There was like,
how many weeks was it?
Yeah.
It was 11 weeks.
11 weeks. So Los Angeles Blade was a guest judge. We were there for your infamous night. I have to set the scene. So the tension was high.
Yes.
I thought, oh, a local drag competition. How cute. Nothing cute about this. They were out for blood, and I was a guest judge. And I thought, oh, the judges, we were just going to be like, yes, ha, 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 have a few drinks. No, we got in a heated debate, because it was like, it was like there was $100,000 at stake, and there wasn't. But it had that energy, and it was a really good, fierce competition.
Who were you in the competition, Simon?
I was.
He was really nice, actually. He was really nice.
Not in the debate room.
Not in the debate, but
And then
I
they
remember...
gave me all the shit stuff to say that, like, because you're not a regular judge, so say the shit stuff that nobody else wanted to say.
Okay.
I feel like the third round you'd be like Paula.
Yeah.
Like,
But here's the thing, they had a cam on the judges, and I didn't realize that it was on the whole time. So my friend is texting, he's like, do you realize the faces you're making? Because I was like...
I used to stand behind the judges, and people would also post pictures of me being like,
Yeah.
oh my God, look at Acacia's face.
Yeah.
Because like I would give some, not to you, but like to
The
some
shady-
girls,
I
I
was
would
giving
give
some, like-
the shady
and,
cam.
and they were
Yeah.
like, girl, you cannot stand behind the judges anymore. And ever since then, I was like, I need to find a spot
Yes.
somewhere else because
It's tough, though.
humiliating. Yeah.
But I saw things on stage that were, like, show quality, big show quality.
Yeah.
The night I was there, it was TV shows.
Yes.
I saw some really great stuff.
Yeah.
I saw some not great stuff, too. But you were Smurfette.
I was.
You had backup dancers.
Uh-huh.
You had the blonde or the yellow wig. You had the outfit. You had everything. Can you talk about that fatal moment?
Yes. So I was dressing up as Smurfette, and at this point in the competition, I really wanted to win. I already had one win, and it's 11 weeks, so the whole game is like try to rack up as many wins as you can before the finale. And I really wanted to win. And I remember like crafting this performance being like, this is a winning performance. If I can nail this, this is a winning performance. And so I'm out on stage, and there's a little deck right in front of the DJ booth, a little like, it's like a little panel of wood that you can definitely step onto, and I had before in the competition. And so I got up there to like kind of dance, and I was like shaking my ass, and I started to feel myself teeter off of this box, and it was really quite cartoonish the way
It
I
was.
teetered on this box for probably about 10 seconds before I fell back.
And I was going to say, time stopped, and it was like in a movie, you see, because you were doing this, and I could see in your mind, do I grab onto the DJ stuff and live?
Yes.
But then you would have pulled all the DJ stuff. Or do I just fall back and hope for the best?
And I remember just thinking, like, there was a moment where I was like, I just have to let go. And I just, like, fell back. And so there was this server down there who was serving food to someone, and he caught me, but I fell into someone's, like, tzatziki or whatever they were serving. So now my first outfit, So my first outfit has, like, a little bit of harissa on it, and then I, like, refused.
It's a collector's item now.
But you saw it. I got up, and I just kept going. And
Because you're a show person.
yes.
The show must go on.
I mean, it could have been worse, but I was lucky. I was totally fine, surprisingly enough. And it was that wig. The wig was huge.
Well, and when you fell, from our point of view, all we could see was the heels in the air and this like yellow hair. It was so comical. But there was that moment that we didn't know what was going to happen. I mean, looking back, it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Honestly, it was kind of beautiful because you're playing a cartoon, and it was very Looney Tunes the way you were like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah,
and
it
it
was,
just like
like,
kept
boing.
going forever, and then it was like that. It was very cartoony, and I
Yes.
like that. Honestly, kind of. Now that I think about it, that was very meta.
It's very Lorelei in the sense that it's a very meta performance.
Yeah.
Like, there's always like very serendipitous things that happen during a Lorelei performance that make it like, mwah, I feel.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I agree.
So, but I have to talk about what was happening beyond, because like I said, every evening was a full competition. It wasn't like, oh, we're going to keep all this stuff for the finale. I mean, you queens like brought it. But you were doing that on top of touring around the nation with the Taylor Swift brunch.
Yes.
On the weekends. And I mean around the nation. I don't mean like, oh, Riverside. I mean like around the nation. How the hell did you put all that energy into the competition, leave for the weekend, come back and have to, like on
And
a
she
Monday
had a
night?
full-time job.
And a full-time job?
Yeah. It was stressful, but I think that Project Drag, I had wanted to do Project Drag for a long time.
It's been around for 13 years.
And they only bring it back every few years.
Yeah.
So since our last winner before me, it was 4 years since
Yeah.
the last competition. So when it was announced, I knew I had a lot going on. But I was like, you know what? I'm going to submit because I know that I have something here. And worst case scenario, even if I go home first, whatever. I'm on this tour and I can just go back to the tour and it's not a big deal. So I kind of just kept coming in every single week, not with the mindset of like, well, this is the week I'm going to go home, but more so just being like, I don't know what's going to come next week. And I'm just going to take it week by week and see how far I get. And it took me all the way to the end and it took me to the win. And I think really it was just about, I was very fortunate with this opportunity with the tour that I was able to basically double stack some incomes with like a full-time job and then this other drag job. So then I was able to, outsource work and outsource responsibility. I had the help of like designers and I had the help of like set builders and prop designers, and I just asked for help whenever I could, and I was grateful for that because I've been doing drag in LA for 8 years, and it felt like the win for Project Drag. It felt kind of like a thesis of my 8 years in Los Angeles and using my network and leaning on my community when I needed it, and they were there for me. And Acacia included, you know what I mean? Acacia was there every
She was there supporting every week.
I think I missed like 1 week. I think that was it.
But I love when that happens, when you see Drag Race girls supporting local, because you were that local girl too.
I always say at my shows, because like it almost sounds empty when Rue girls are like, oh, support local drag, and like it's so oversaid. But like the way I always phrase it, because it's truly what I believe, is these girls take the same amount of time as I take to get ready. They put the same amount of time, if not more time, into their drag as I do. Why are we not paying them as much? Why are we not why are we not supporting them? Why are we not going to these shows? Because they're doing basically the same thing that we're doing. And many times I show up to shows that I like travel around the country for, and these girls are running circles around me. And I mean, still book me. I mean, please still book me.
You put on a mean show, though.
I'm not saying I don't put on a good show. I'm just
you
saying that
do.
like some of these girls, they do like flips and shit and all these things, and I'm just like, they like break their back for their art the same way that we do. So why do they not get the same support as we do?
Lorelei, what's the thought of local queens towards drag race? Drag race. I'm passionate about my drag race.
So passionate about drag
Speech
race.
impediment's gonna be like.
We need to do some like vocal exercises.
But I know, like maybe 5 years ago, there was this like division and animosity towards like, oh well, they're getting rid of the local queens to make room for this week's Drag Race girls. Also, it was like I have to be on Drag Race to be a drag queen, and I think that idea has shifted. Has it not?
I agree. I think that in these later seasons of Drag Race, there's a lot more like equity between like local girls and girls who like go on the show and then come back into these communities. I can only speak from my own personal experience, and I've lived in Los Angeles and I've seen Drag Race over many years while living in Los Angeles. My experience is that usually once girls do Drag Race, if they move anywhere, they usually want to move to Los Angeles.
Always. That's the thing. And so I can see how that can build a little resentment. It's like, hey, I've been making it here for years and years, and then you come in because you were on a few episodes sometimes, and now, your bookings for the next year are taken care of. That has to not feel good sometimes.
Yeah, it's a little tough. It makes the scene definitely a little bit more competitive, but at the same time, I think that we're kind of coming into a new generation of drag it's like a much younger crowd, and they're really interested in the hosts who are hosting like every week in West Hollywood, and they go to these nights and they enjoy the community aspect and they're getting to see each other. I think it's because they're maybe just so often like at home or on their phones or something. I think that they're really gravitating to seeing each other in person, and we're getting back into a spirit of being like very protective of the space and everything like that, which I think is really good. And I think that Drag Race girls are coming in and they're respecting that, and they're like ascertaining like who the local girls are, and like, because there is kind of a little bit of a social hierarchy within the drag scene, you know what I mean? Just on a million factors, including like if you're a part of any drag family, how long you've been doing drag, if you have any titles, all that matters. And I think that what's happening now is we're really starting to take pride in that identity here in Los Angeles, and I think that we see Drag Race queens coming into Los Angeles and respecting that a little bit more, and respecting those dynamics, and letting those queens who have, worked their way up, like cash in on some of those opportunities as well. When a Drag Race girl comes and does like a big show over at Beaches Tropicana, we get like local girls that also come up on stage with them and perform alongside them. When Acacia came and did, Fat Slut in Los Angeles and downtown with
At Precinct. Save Precinct!
Hello, Save Precinct, by the way.
Save Precinct.
Yes. She was performing alongside like every other local queen that gets booked for that show, and I think that we're starting to get to like an equilibrium in that sense again.
And also, I think it's really cool to see how like, especially at least in WeHo, almost all of the regular shows, the weekly shows, are all local girls, and you do like she was saying, you see so many Drag Race girls going out and supporting these shows, but it's not like.
And you notice who doesn't go out and support some of the shows too.
Oh, that is true.
Okay.
That is true. There's some queens that I was like, they live in Los Angeles. What?
And then you hear about them.
I've never seen them.
And like there's so many drag queens, yes, but the drag circle is very small. Do not burn your bridges. And people talk. So if you act a fool backstage, everybody's gonna know.
Yeah.
And I've heard of these drag queens.
Rue girls.
Yes. Yeah. When they're like, oh, I need my own space and separate from.
But I think a lot of places have a lot less patience nowadays. I mean, because there are now been a substantial amount of Rue girls. They're like, well, why are you acting this way?
Yeah, there's a lot of other options we can choose from. So it's like, if you are gonna have an attitude, girl, don't make me call pork chop Parker. Bitch.
It's like, you're number 435 out of 500. Relax.
Okay.
Yeah, no, literally.
I got Morgan McMichaels down the street, bitch.
She will cut a bitch.
Yeah. Don't make me
She'll
call
show
Morgan.
up, show out, and cut a bitch.
Okay.
And not remember it the next day. I did what?
Yes.
I love her to death. Okay, our first hot topic. Okay. And if you want to, option out because, whatever. Has the Drag Race franchise gotten too big? Is there too much Drag Race right now? So there's usually All-Stars. There's usually a foreign
When was the last time we had a break?
edition. Well, and so a lot of people are commenting.
75 years.
It's been 84 years.
I used to be passionate.
I used to be so passionate about all the seasons.
Drag Race.
Drag Race Ethiopia coming to your TV.
Okay.
But is there such thing as too much, as an implosion of the Drag Race franchise? Is it eating itself?
I think that the answer is no.
Okay.
Because I think that with all the different... I don't personally watch all the franchises, but I think...
Because you have a life.
With... well...
I mean, you have to literally watch TV 24/7.
Meanwhile, as I watch Big Brother live streams 24 hours a day, I'm
Did
like...
you see that
right?
guy's? Did you see that guy's bulge?
Which one?
Big Brother. It went viral.
Are they gonna do?
Yeah.
I feel like they're gonna end up having like a remember they used to have like MTV where they play music videos all day long. They're just gonna have a channel that's just gonna be
Just
They already have that.
Yeah.
They already have.
Really?
They already have
like
that.
on
Oh my God.
like a regular
Like if you
network
have
channel.
Amazon Fire TV, there's a Drag Race, and it just plays it 24/7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it is important to have all these different drag races because in a lot of these smaller countries, you might think like Drag Race Belgium, you're like, how many seasons can they really have? Because-
Frauds.
But then it's like, it does open the door for different people who like, I might not be watching it, but someone out there's watching it. And there might be someone
That's a
who
good point.
might be from Belgium, but then now they live in like who knows where,
Yeah.
and they see it and they're like, oh my God, this could be me one day. I could go back and I could actually have a chance at Drag
That's a good
Race.
point.
And so I think it is beneficial for someone somewhere. I don't think that person's me, but I think that I don't think there's too much Drag Race.
I think that visibility is important because I mean, look at where we're having right now. We are just having marriage equality being attacked.
Yes.
So the visibility, obviously, we still need it. It might seem like a lot to us because we're inundated. We're in the community. We see it a lot, but like people outside our community probably don't see it as much as we do being inside of it.
Plus, if Next Top Model's
That's a
allowed
good
to take
point.
up as much space as they do, why can't we?
Right, yeah.
Why
Yeah.
can't Drag Race?
But I think it's just at the end of the day still important because we're still having all of our rights challenged. We're probably going to get our marriages taken away. Like who knows what's going to happen?
That, but yeah. And I have to say, like, my grandma's first experience with the queer community was a drag brunch because it was
Right.
so fun. It was so welcoming.
I have
also,
photos
do
of
you
your
think-
mom at drag brunch.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Do you think every fan of like X Factor watches every country of X Factor? There's like
That's a
true.
good point.
so
too.
many.
And there's
like,
like a American Idol. There's
Yeah.
Russian Idol. There's,
it's not
there's
necessarily
this
all
stuff.
for me.
Got Talent.
except
Got
country,
Talent has
but-
every country
Yeah,
too.
it's like
Yeah.
it's like all those reality shows.
But there's
Yeah.
also another side to that, though. Are they diluting the product? Such as, are the challenges tired now? How many bad snatch
Well,
games
did you
have
hear
we
that
seen?
next season is going to be the first season that they're not going to have a ballroom challenge?
I did see that.
Wait,
I did see
what?
that. Honestly, I wish it
Yeah.
was my season because I was in the bottom. So
No balls?
Yeah, no,
No
ball
balls?
next season. Yeah, apparently that's one of the announcements they made is that the next season's going to be the
What the
first
fuck
season.
did you guys do? That made the producers not want to fucking do a fucking ball again.
okay, to be
They're
fair,
cutting the ball and they're not cutting snatch
to
games?
be fair, I feel like we
They-
slayed the ball. We did not. We fucked up the snatch game. So that they're
castrated that
keeping
child.
that. That's,
Yeah,
that's,
that's
that was
a
our
sign,
legacy.
yeah.
There's no
don't know.
balls next season.
No
they
balls.
castrated them.
Wow. Drag Race has been castrated. You heard it here first.
But I
It's
also
been castrated.
we're very passionate about castration.
Sometimes
The passionate about castration.
Drag Race.
But I also feel like maybe some of the judges are a little tired. The jokes are becoming a little tired.
I
So
mean,
are they eating its own product?
I think my season was very interesting because I'm interested to see where it goes for season 18 because my season was the first season where it was so meta, where almost all the girls on the season were so young that their only exposure to drag was Drag Race. So all their references were Drag Race. Mm-hmm. And it was the first season where it was like Drag Race within Drag Race. So I think that is almost a rebirth for the Drag Race image, you know?
I think drag in general it's always evolving, so it's always relevant, and because it's always relevant, it'll always have a place like where people are going to be wanting to watch it, because like there's so many like episodes where there's something that's doing something that's relevant to the time it's happening at that time, especially like visually, artistically, culturally, whatever. Like there's always something like, so I feel like Drag Race will still continue regardless. I feel like
Drag Race it used to be like the cutting edge of drag, and I don't think it's that anymore.
Really?
I think that it has given an avenue for like a lot of other mediums to pick up drag and give it a platform for it. And I think when I think of like queens going on Broadway and doing like really like insane shit on Broadway, with like the stuff that I see on Drag Race almost feels like elementary, and it's frustrating then like watching like another season of like a bad Snatch Game. No shade, I loved your season.
Oh no,
you're just being polite. I'm sorry, you're right next to me. No.
They didn't air what RuPaul said. They didn't air what RuPaul said, but it was historically bad.
It was really bad.
They edited it to be a lot better than it was.
But that's
that editor is like, I quit.
In general, it's like I feel like it's interesting that what you said about your season about how everyone is so young and how it's so meta, because I also feel like that was reflected in the casting of the show, where I feel like they're starting to rely a lot more on these like family ties. So like Sam Starr being related to Trinity, or
that pissed me off.
Alana
that's like how like
related
American
to
Idol
Mox.
went into like everyone had to have a sob story for them to be like a singer.
You hear that piano come in, you're like, oh god.
But it's the
a three-legged dog.
It's the postmodern era of Drag Race, where they no longer have like, they can't tread the water of like figuring out like who is relevant every single season.
Yeah.
So
it has to be a curated storyline.
They need to think about the storylines that they're producing, and I think that they're looking at the people that have already been on the show and being like, how can we keep these families? How can we keep these like
they are having the fans coming in
the
from
Drag
the family.
Race franchise?
Because they also have built-in social media following, and then they need to see who's memeable, who's going to give us the catchphrase.
Well, they're going to be like, oh, it's so and so's drag daughter. Oh, I have to support them because I love this one. This drag queen already.
Yeah.
Now, Lorelei, how important is it for you to be on Drag Race? Because that used to be like everybody's number one bucket list thing. Is that a part of your dream?
I would love any opportunity to showcase my drag on like a huge platform.
Yeah.
Drag Race is an option always. I don't feel it necessary for me to be a successful drag queen. I think there are definitely some drag queens who their only avenue to success will be being on Drag Race.
Right.
I'm not one of those drag queens. I really believe in my vision, and I really believe in what I do, and even if it's going to take me like years and years and years and years and years and years to get there, then I'll be the oldest bitch there and I'll be doing it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, I really believe in myself in that sense, and something like Drag Race is a golden ticket into the industry. It is an opportunity for like a lot of eyes to be on you as I look at the camera over there. But
you go, Norma Desmond.
And I am just grateful for any opportunity to showcase my craft, but I know in my heart of hearts that I know what I'm doing, and I have a thesis behind what I'm doing.
Yep.
And I just take it day by day. And that was how I felt during Project Drag, and it got me there. So who knows? What do you think? You think I could be okay with Drag Race?
I mean, I think you would kill Drag Race.
No shame.
I think you have that I mean, this is the best way possible. I think you have that like freak mentality that like takes it back to like old school RuPaul, old school like that weirdness that RuPaul loves, I think is what you have. But you also have the glamour, you have the experience, you have the talent to back it up. And honestly, I love like what you were saying about how you feel without Drag Race, because that's exactly how I felt before I like applied for this last season. Was I was like, if I never get Drag Race, I think I'll be okay. Yeah. And I finally got to that point where I was like, I don't need this.
That's a growing sentiment.
And like what I was doing in country music in the LA scene, I was like, I feel very comfortable with what I'm doing and like where my trajectory is going. If I have Drag Race, I would love that opportunity, but I don't think I need that. And that's exactly how I felt. And then I felt like releasing that expectation is what brought it to me.
Well, and then we have to look at the success of the little show that could, Dragula. It started off as a YouTube show. The second season they had to fund through GoFundMe, and they did it. Then they went to AMC Shudder. I mean, and the show has really taken off, and that's given it a whole voice. King of Drag is a new competition show. You were at the premiere. Again, you supporting drag kings.
And oh my God, I love that show. It was so good.
Yeah. What do you think it was about your audition tape that got you booked for?
I think it's a few things. One, I texted Megami one day, who's one of my friends from before she was on Drag Race, and I was like, what do you do with these rules? What do you do with all these things? And she was like, don't listen to it. Just do you. And so I did that. And I think within that, I think there was a few like director points that I added in there of the way I structured it that I think helped me. But I think the biggest thing was the difference of my approach to drag doing country music. And I was like, I don't want to be doing gay bars. I want to. Again, book me.
You're not setting yourself up on this podcast.
It is my favorite thing to do.
If there's a gay bar owner with a lisp, you are not being booked.
It's a patent.
I have just a patent for gay bars, and I love them so much. So please book me. I was like, at the time, it was like my passion was country music, and I was performing in all these straight dive bars in drag with a band doing country music, and that's why LA never heard of me. It's because they're not going to this dive bar in fucking Topanga Canyon to see me perform music. They're only staying within WeHo. And so me explaining that to the producers through my tape, being like, I want to take drag to dive bars. I want to do music. I want to take it to the Grand Ole Opry. Like, I want to take it to a place that no one else is taking it. No one else is trying to take it. And I think that, and as well as my sobs, I was like, I think the sob story, I know it's like, it feels so like that. It feels like it makes me feel guilty to say, but like the sob story of like, what is the thing that the tragic thing that makes you you, and explaining that to them. And I think I have a very unique story that I don't think they've never seen before. So I think that also helped. So find the unique. Where's my camera? Find where is she? Find the unique tragedy in your life that has really disrupted you, and just sell it to the camera. That's all you need.
And we all have that tragedy.
Yeah. It's all, and like, everyone has something.
It's different levels.
I feel like it's my SATs all over again.
I would want that was another tragedy all in itself. I don't know. I'm talking about my SATs. Okay.
No, I'm talking about the tragedies.
Why do you think I went to North Dakota? Because I couldn't get in anywhere else. Okay. I don't want to talk. I didn't want to say it, but now I did.
They wanted the overalls and like the whole
drag you.
Drag you. Oh my. What? Oh, drag you. Oh, they would never take me. They would have never taken. Oh, an essay. I had, what's the SAT score? Average score like 1100. I think I had like 300. It was like humiliating.
I think your name is 500.
It was. It was humiliating, and that's why I went to North Dakota, because they don't give a shit about test scores there.
I want to talk to you both about the feminine and masculine energy that you bring to your drag, but also how it has affected you in personal life. Lorelei, you used to have a mustache.
I did. Thanks for mentioning that.
No, but that was playing with the masculine, feminine energy.
Yeah.
And you, coming from a very conservative, men were supposed to be like, we're going to have a farm and have the wife and the overalls. There's these expectations and these norms that both of you have kind of like crumbled. But how did it play a part in your personal life, dealing with, I'm supposed to be a man, I have these feminine qualities or energy? How did that affect your personal life, and how is it meant for you to be able to explore that through your drag?
I never really felt like it compromised my masculinity, because I feel like when I'm in drag, I don't really feel, as I look like this, I'm about to say this, I don't really set out to
You've never looked more feminine, I will say.
Thank you.
It is highly...
When my entire face is covered up, that's when I look the most feminine.
Oh my God. I'm like, mommy? I'm pretty sure.
No, but like, I drag has lots of different ways to go, and one of them is a female impersonation, and I never felt that I was like a female impersonator. And I never felt like the type of drag that I was doing was that of impersonating a woman in particular. I always felt like, I'm just an exaggerated feminine person. But, once I got out of drag and stuff, these are real nails that I like have attached to my hand that I like walk around with like in my day-to-day.
On like a normal
life. Yeah, like when I get out of drag, like when I get out of drag, these are still in my hands. So I like to kind of like allow that to be a fluid thing for myself, and I don't really judge it, and I don't, it's a little difficult for maybe like dating or something like that, but I also find like...
That's our next topic, by the way.
Oh, well, the guys that I fuck like the fact that I'm feminine, so they don't really mind it, but I don't know, do you feel the same way?
Before I had my boyfriend, I would never put drag in my profile of anything because I felt like it was like frowned upon because when I lived in North Dakota, I had a boyfriend who we watch anything drag we watch together. Back in the day when they were eliminated, they would do like a makeup tutorial. They would do all the watch pack and all those things.
Yep.
And we would watch all of it. We watched, we don't watch it anymore, but we used to watch Jeffree Star, like James Charles, like
canceled.
Canceled. We don't watch anymore. I would say, but like
Great people.
We
great
watch
people.
every like makeup, everything drag, everything. And I started doing drag, and it became a very like. He was like, "Don't touch me when you're in drag." He barely came to my shows, and
I've heard this very often.
And every time I would like try to like kiss him or anything when I was in drag, because like obviously I thought he was the love of my life. He was like, "Don't kiss me, don't touch me. I'm not dating a woman." The fact that he thought I looked like a woman at that time is honestly kind of flattering because I saw videos. My best friend from college just came and visited, and she showed me some of the videos from my drag shows. I did not look like a woman, so very flattering. Thank you. But
wait a minute, I do have to say though, when you're in drag, you are gorgeous.
Well, now
I also hung out with you as
7
a boy.
years ago. No,
we were roaming the streets of San Diego. You were in your little manly booty shorts.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's quite a difference between you as a boy.
So yeah, well, thank you. Me saying thank you for my booty shorts. I think talking about like your question about like masculinity and femininity and balancing that, something that I really take pride in, which I think is very different to the normal view on drag, is I really like the difference of the binary, and I like feeling very feminine when I'm in drag. And I like feeling very masculine when I'm out of drag. And I don't like to blur those lines at all. And even on Drag Race, when I showed like my hairy butt in drag, that was
Why
like...
is it so hairy? The rest of you is not hairy.
Baby, the rest of me is very hairy. I shave.
No, I mean,
I shave everything. I mean, I am on a armpit hair growing journey right now, which means everything has to have sleeves if I want to feel the feminine fantasy, which is great for the summertime. I mean, I chose the perfect timing. But like, I really love that binary, which most people they love the androgyny of drag, and I like the binary of drag. I like feeling, and I feel like with my drag persona, it's like I like feeling very feminine, but like a drag. I don't feel like that. Like I'm giving woman. It's like a dragged out woman.
Whoa,
you know what I mean? Like it's like,
whoa, man.
I'm not giving like, oh, I'm giving fish. Like, oh, I'm trying to like serve
No,
woman.
when I see you in drag, it's like a persona. It's like Dolly Parton to me is not a woman. She's a persona. You
And
know what I
that's
mean?
and that's
Don't tell
exactly
that to
what I
Dolly
try
Parton.
to do. Yeah.
Well,
She'll kick your ass.
Yeah. She's waiting in my car. Should I go get her? I did forget to leave the car on. She's probably sweating. Poor thing. Poor thing. Poor critter. Poor
all right,
critter.
we have a few other things to get to,
yes.
and I know that we're running out of time.
Oh, no.
Lorelei, heading to Sydney Fringe is huge.
Yes, I'm excited.
Are you nervous?
No.
Your voice got super high, I'll tell you that.
It's
The confidence.
It's really exciting. I feel excited and honored to like bring like a theater piece that I wrote.
And you won that
for
scholarship
drag.
from the Hollywood Fringe Festival.
Yes. Are you familiar? Duh.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Yeah. It's a huge honor for an audience that doesn't know Hollywood Fringe or any Fringe festival. It's a huge honor, but you can't just be like, oh, look what I did. No, it has to be, yeah.
I try to put quality into what I do, and I'm excited that it got selected. And yeah, I am nervous. It's going to be interesting to see like what Australians think of me. What if they don't like the fact that I don't corset all the time, or the fact that I only wear 1-inch hip pads? They might be really upset about that.
I mean, I love Drag Race Down Under. I don't think they're gonna be upset. I think they're gonna love you.
I think I'm gonna be fine.
I've been to Sydney, and I think you'll have a great time there.
Okay, good.
Yeah, no, I think you're gonna kill.
I am
Yeah,
really excited.
Sydney would love like alternative stuff. So you would love.
But here's the thing: where projects that go to fringe festivals, like Baby Reindeer, was the hottest show. That came from a failed fringe festival appearance.
Wait, really?
Yeah, his show was a failure when he first did it. It was like, what do you like? Yeah, and it became a huge show on Netflix.
Oh my God, me on Drag Race. It was a huge failure, and then now look at her. Now look at her.
Look
oh my God.
So Lorelei, what can Sydney fringe is it Shablam?
So Shablam is our podcast, and the show.
But it was based on something that you had done before, right?
Yeah, so my co-host on Shablam, Annie, we used to host...
You have to say it like this. Shablam!
Shablam!
Yeah. I don't know why in my head, like it's always that way.
With an
Just
exclamation
do it.
point.
Just do it.
Shablam!
Yeah, the typeface always does have an exclamation point.
It does.
So it has that effect when you read it. But my friend and I, Antibiotics, we used to host drag shows together. So the show that we wrote, this theater show, it's called Queen Out Verb. And it's kind of a vaudeville-style show about a drag bar that gets threatened by oil executives who want to build a fracking drill over these two drag queens' home gay bar. So that's what the show is about, and it's like an hour-long, absurd, dark comedy. And so, if anyone in Sydney, Australia is listening, you can expect shenanigans and antics, and also a little bit of heart. Yeah.
Or if you own a theater, book the show.
Oh yeah,
Here in the U.S.
Yeah, we're also always commissioning. We're writers, so if you have an idea for a play or something, let us know. We're open to that. But yeah, we're really excited about it. And if anyone's listening, they want to see the show, contact your local regional theater and see if you can get us in there.
And both of you are traveling the nation all the time. Mm-hmm. You have gigs, like I look at your Instagram, I'm like, oh, because I'll text you like, hey, you want to do a happy hour? You're like, oh, I'm in this state. I'm like, whatever. Okay.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sorry.
true. You're gone all the
Like,
time.
I've been having houring for hours.
Yeah.
I know. I'm always happy, and it's every hour.
And Lorelei, you've been traveling with a Taylor Swift show, which is huge. I have to know, drag on the road. You're in a separate town. You're the star of the weekend because you're fresh. What kind of shenanigans are happening on the road, or are you good? I'm just here to work and.
I mean, personally, for me, when I go on the road, I have like a routine where I land, I get to my hotel,
And Grindr.
and then I don't go to bed until I get on the flight. I want to see everything. I want to see a museum. I want to see the city. I want to go party. I want to kiss a boy. I want to do anything that I can in the city, and I want to see it all. I want to go to every gay bar. I want to stay there till it closes. Everyone's like, oh, I need to go. I need to rest before the gig. No, I go out and I stay out. I'm all about partying. I love it.
Do you have gentlemen over to your hotel room?
I mean, maybe.
Why not? You only live once.
I mean, when in town. I mean, if it happens, it happens. If
When
it
in town, you better clown.
If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I'm down
Probably
for.
the stupidest thing I've ever said in my life.
Definitely
Yeah,
not.
I think that's our time. I gotta go. I have a happy hour to get to.
He's got a boy already tied up waiting.
But I'm the same. In fact, we did a gig in San Diego, and it's the same. It's like, I just want to go out and I want to see everything.
Yeah, I'm like, when's the next time I'm going to be in El Paso? I want to see it all.
Right.
I want to party until the bars close.
Yeah.
And then I want to go to brunch and I want to get drunk before I get on my plane.
I always want to go to the
Sorry.
cities.
Sue me. Oh my God, tie me up. I'm sorry. Oh my God.
And you got paid to travel.
Sometimes I'll do 3 gigs in a weekend, or I did World Pride. World Pride in 6 nights, I got a total of 8 hours of sleep. And I ate
You're probably snatched by the end.
And I ate half of a breakfast burrito in that time frame. And it was the best weekend of my life.
And his name was Juan.
I just love to I just want to see it all. I just want to do everything, and then I'll come home and I'll recover.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I like to see everything. I like to I'm a big learner. I like to see what people are doing. I want to do as the locals do. So
Are you hooking up though? Are you on the apps when you travel?
Yeah, I'm on the apps.
Okay.
I'm hooking up when I can.
Okay.
Some cities are flops.
Girl, you always can. They're not when you. Girl,
can.
you can.
But should I?
That's not the see. My question is not should I. It's can I. What can I fit into this time frame? Not should I do this? Should I do that? It's how much can I do right now?
No, but in some of these cities, the boys are chopped. In some of these cities,
And
the
you
boys
know
are
what?
top.
Sleep with them and get the story.
We
Get
get
the
so
story.
spoiled in
Be
LA
like,
where there's like 1,000 men 2 feet away from you.
Yes.
Go to Sacramento, go to Ohio, go whatever, and it's like nearest person is 26 miles. And they'll still drive, but they don't
Girl,
have all their teeth.
I went to college in one of those places.
Yeah.
And then this guy, I've had men message me from like 50 miles away being like, I can be there in like an hour and a half. Can you have me? And I'm like, no. But then I'm also like,
Maybe.
sometimes I'm like, now I'm especially like, oh, you can be here in an hour and a half. Just enough time.
That gives you
I
plenty
could
of
watch
time.
2
That gives me
episodes of Drag Race Ethiopia by the time you get
Yeah.
Or I can have 2 people before you.
Oh. The way you just
I could-
you got them so bad.
I could line them up. I could line
Your
them up.
boyfriend's gonna love this episode.
Alexander, by the way, it's like, just like the inhale.
But
also, like,
You know what? I got a girl.
I love
if I
people
had a
owning
nickel.
their-
If I had a nickel.
Sexuality.
You know what? I love the gay community.
I
I
don't,
love you.
pervert. What the hell? I'm just kidding.
Oh, well, girl, you're dressed. You're gonna rob me. You're dressed as a robber.
No.
You have your fucking
That's the
ski mat.
sexiest robber ever, though.
This is
Every
how,
robber,
This is how
She's
I
gonna
approach
steal
Trace.
you and read
This
you.
is how Trace
She's gonna
finds
steal
me
from
when
you
I
and
welcome
read
them
you.
into the hotel room.
Oh, no wonder you don't sleep on with people in the room. I guess I've been robbed many times by many people, and they've always looked like this.
It only took once for me, and I'm like, okay, now I know you put everything away before. they
Oh,
come
I've been
over.
robbed at girl.
Wait,
Oh, I've been robbed. I've been robbed at gunpoint
by a grinder.
It
before.
only happened once, and it was
No,
at
by
Palm
grinder
Springs
hookup.
Pride.
Oh no, not grinder, but like I've been, gunpoint, all that. Anyways,
Okay. We have so many other questions, but we need to do our little pop culture roundup. Steven Dehler, are you ready?
Yes. as
Xavier,
always.
can you hit Mr. DJ? There we go. It's time for Hot Topics on the Rocks with Alexander. Better pour yourself another.
This is hot. That's hot. That's hot. This is really hot. That's hot. That's hot.
True story.
And look,
True
you're finally
story.
in a corner
Yeah,
drinking.
drinking.
We finally achieved this. We've been trying it for 10 years now.
All right, what's happening pop culture wise?
Well, I figured I'd talk about movies because this is actually has been a summer of movies. Finally. Yeah, it feels like we finally have like an array of movies that so many people have been wanting to see, or just one after the other.
But remember, summers were always for blockbusters. Why are you laughing?
oh, because I probably have not seen any of them.
You probably have not. So I
Because you're busy on Grindr at hotels.
You're busy. You're lining them up. Okay.
Yes.
Like shouldn't you
Yeah.
be like lining them up right? Like you got 10 minutes.
I'm like, I'm texting my grinder hookups. I'm like, can you meet me in the movie theater? I'm about to see 28 years later, please. We have 28 years
And
to get
28
this done,
seconds later,
baby.
it's like, I'm done.
Road 20, yes, we're road 28.
28
yeah.
minutes. He'll be through 4 people by then. But no, like so we're talking about like movies of having this summer. We had Jurassic World,
Yeah.
Rebirth. We got
Jonathan Bailey, Scarlett Johansson.
and everything. Yep,
Amazing.
both of them. We got Superman. We got Fantastic Four. We got Naked Gun comedy. We got slapstick comedy again. Which, by the way, how adorable is Pamela Anderson and Liam Neeson?
That's the craziest. Nobody could have ever predicted that. That's the craziest mashup I have ever seen in my
And
life.
it's so cute. Like it's like every time I see like a little post on like Twitter, because I refuse to call it anything else. I'm just like I have to listen to.
But they like really have affection for each other. You can tell. On
She
the red
bakes some
carpet.
bread.
Yeah.
And Liam Neeson deserves to just have a good time
Well,
with a
after-
sexy
after-
woman after everything he's been through.
See, my
Yeah.
family was a very big fan of the original Naked Gun. And I have watched that movie at least 20 times because my parents would watch it all the
Same.
time.
Naked Gun 2,
And-
hilarious.
Yeah. O.J.
Judging
Simpson,
judging
hilarious.
by the female role in that movie, Pamela Anderson is, if you're doing like an older version of that, she is the
It was
perfect
genius.
person.
Whoever's,
and
like,
seeing
casting,
her in
yeah.
that, I
Genius.
was like, this is exactly who needed to be in this.
It was
Yeah.
It was because it was a perfect callback, but then having our '90s heartthrob, Pamela Anderson,
Yes.
like as that
Her
role.
Playboy issue was the first Playboy I ever bought.
No,
Yeah.
this is the only one I've ever seen.
God.
I still have it. I still have it.
Yeah,
I didn't know I was on like the premier straight podcast of LA. Oh my God.
Yeah, bro. Can't host.
But we got the Naked Gun. I Know What You Did Last Summer did well as well.
Wait, it already came out?
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
I
but
didn't
it
know
did.
it already came
but
out.
it did well. It did like we're not even talking about we have Fantastic Four, which is about to hit like 500 million. You got Superman that's hitting about 600 million.
Weapons?
But Jurassic World is about hitting 800 million. That's all happened in June. So you're having like nearly $2 billion worth into the movie theaters.
Are you guys actually fans of superhero movies though?
I'm not.
I am. I'm a comic nerd for sure.
I mean, you. It's not that you look like a comic nerd. You look like a comic book. But so I feel like you would like. I feel like you would like superheroes.
I can see his superpower from here.
Oh my god. Well, to me, all I see is table. But
no. But here's the thing: people were not spending money.
But 4 guys later, I'll tell you.
5 guys. They named it after me. Very passionate about my hamburgers. No, but people were not spending money going out to movies because $20 a ticket. But people are now doing that.
And the thing is like they're spending money, but the thing is, there's so many good movies that have been coming out in a row that the second week it falls off.
Are they good though?
They are. I think the movies that have been coming out have been really like great quality for their genre. I mean, Naked Gun. Slapstick comedy is back. I'm really excited for
Scary Movie is coming back.
They're bringing back Anna Faris and
Regina Hall is coming back.
Yes, and we have the Wayans brothers that are writing again. I think it's going to be super appropriate for the time.
But we need it right now. We just need to be silly, and we just need to laugh.
We need good film. But that the one thing about recessions and when the economy and government and that shit goes to shit, we get really good art. We get really good film. We get really good television.
Because at this point, like, what is there to lose?
Yeah.
It's like that's why I feel like there's so many risks taken in art, and that's when you get the best art. Because it's like, well, at this point, what do we have?
Yeah. Nothing. So let's just throw it out there.
What I love though, because Hollywood is just not leaning on like reboots, so we have a mix. Jurassic Park is obviously an old franchise. Naked Gun is obviously an old franchise. Right. But we have new material that's very queer-minded, like Weapons.
We got Weapons. We got, so like, what was the other one? We got Together. We got more body horror. Yeah. I think the horror genre has been taking over the industry, not even just in film, but video games. We got like Silent Hill. Like, we got Resident Evil. We got lots of like horror that has been taking over the genre and being really, really good at it right now.
But this has been a record summer for box office money, right?
Well, especially for horror. Like, we got Sinners. Sinners was already breaking records.
Was so good. Bluegrass music.
Yeah.
Megan 2.
Megan's.
That was a huge flop.
Why are you laughing?
I don't know if that went because that one went.
Is that already out?
That went into that. Well, because I went into.
It's out on DVD down the street right now.
So because
I did not know.
Y'all aren't Meganators?
I love the first Megan. Hello, I can do the dance.
Well, because it went from horror to sort of like more comedy.
Yeah, it was like an action.
Yeah, it wasn't the same genre, which is fine. Like if you like that.
You didn't like the trans flag bob that she wore in that one scene? Did you notice that? See, I bet you didn't even notice that. I bet you didn't even notice that she was wearing a trans flag bob.
Sure, I would have if I saw the film.
Oh, okay. See, now, I know this is old news because I looked up yesterday to see 28 Years Later, and today was the last day to see it in theaters, and I did not make it. But
it didn't make the cut.
Because I didn't want to see it, but then someone told me there was a giant ape penis in the movie, and I was like, I kind of want to see it.
It's Cillian Murphy. He just is like, all right,
but it's not even his own penis. It's
Wait,
just
so he's in it again?
Yeah,
he was. I didn't see him.
We all thought he was a zombie in the preview.
So
which is
I
really
have never seen the show, but my boyfriend's a huge fan. So we watched 28 Days Later and 28 Weeks Later yesterday.
28 Days Later is a great film.
Yeah, 28 Weeks, I'm not the biggest fan. But anyways, and so now I'm like, I really want to see it. So I was like, but I want to see it in theaters. But today was the last day. And now I'm like really sad because I'm like, I'm going to see it in theaters.
It's streaming. Jurassic Park is already streaming.
It is. Well, but not streaming in the sense like you can just watch it anywhere. You have to pay $20 to rent it or.
I watched 28 Days Later on not sponsored Pluto TV, and those ads fucking killed me. It's horrific.
But the ads are not even geared towards us.
It was like slot machine ads, and it was 20 minutes of them.
I got tampon commercials.
I'm just still really confused why it still is to rent and to buy it is still the same price.
Well, let's talk about that.
Oh.
Why is it still like $20 to rent it?
Yeah.
And
Because nobody really wants to own the new Jurassic World.
Like if you're going to spend $20 on it, then why don't I just own it? But like, why do we have the rent option if it's literally going to be just as much?
But there's a post-apocalyptic penis in it.
I love
will
when
pay
you
for
talk
it.
because it's all a sound bite.
You can literally just Google penis from 28 years later, and then you'll find
If there's
it.
a oh my God. If there's a post-apocalyptic penis on it, I will pay to buy it. And I'll just,
I'll just send it to you for free. It's fine.
Yeah, I can literally just find it right now.
screenshot it. Okay, screenshot and send it to me, and I won't watch it.
I'll charge you only $100, and there you go. This is
800.
I said 800.
I could rent it for cheaper, baby.
But I think we're getting at is that the trend is that people are spending money to go back into the theater, which I think is great because movies should be seen on a big screen.
Yeah, and that's what's been nice this summer is that we've actually had like week after week. June was crazy. I mean, we literally had Superman.
But we also had Mission Impossible that came and left, and nobody remembered that it was.
That
here.
was before that. That was months and before. That was before summer. But like when summer happened, I would say like June. We had that's when we had like an array of just like 5-6 movies, one after the other. Yep. They were all really good quality movies for the genre that they were in. Like 3 of them made over $500 million. That's a ton of fucking money. And then you have these independent films that are doing small budget films that are still making a lot of money. Weapons, No July Summer, Together, Naked Gun.
Yeah. When was the last time that you went to a theater?
Last week, I went to go see Together. I have AMC A-list.
Did you like to get
to the theater? I have AMC A-list.
So that wasn't Dave Franco's real penis. Sorry.
I know, but he was a cutie in that movie.
He's a cutie in everything he does.
Yeah. But she was this acting all around him.
She's his wife in real life, too.
I know, we all know. Yeah, but she was acting all over him.
What was the last movie you went to see in the theater?
This sounds like this is humiliating, but the last movie that I wasn't invited to,
that you just showed up as
a premiere that I wasn't invited to, was honestly. Oh wait, no, I did pay to go see Wicked. Before that, it's
like
probably
a year ago,
and before that, it's probably 5 years before that I went to the movies.
Is it because you're traveling or?
Because she's on Grindr.
That's because she got the guys lined up. She has the guys lined up.
I don't think movies now are as original as they used to be.
100%.
And I don't like a remake, except for The Naked Gun I'm really into because that was like very nostalgic for me.
And it's also not even a remake. He's supposed to be the son of Leslie Nielsen's character.
Oh, see, now that I'm into. But like,
sons.
I'm not into like I don't like the live actions. I just think, I don't know. And I'm also like a binge
Disney
eater
sucked
and
for
like
the past few years.
I'm a binge eater and the popcorn gets me every time. And then I leave feeling so sick. And I just can't keep doing that like every week.
You are a wealth of knowledge.
I mean, I am who I am. And
You're very passionate about popcorn.
And I will go see Wicked Part 2 when it comes out. And then after that, who knows the next time they'll see me. I will say though, actually this summer has been there's been the most movies that I've wanted to see, and I've considered getting the A-listers to get
just to see it,
just to see them, because before this summer, every summer every year I'm just like, I don't really care about any of these movies, and this is the year that
that was the entire point of my
the best program.
That was the entire point of my pop culture report, is that this is the first summer we've had in a long time. We've had an array of quality movies that everyone's really enjoyed, and the money has shown that.
Yeah,
like we've all gone out to see these.
But the AMC list is gold.
That would have been perfect.
Money.
If you had AMC before this run of summer, then it would have been worth it.
All right, thank you, Steven Dehler, for our pop culture. We are out of time, but there's just certain things that we need to ask you about. Shablam! What in a nutshell? What's the podcast about? And you guys are off season right now. You guys ended season 2.
Mm-hmm. We're off season right now. Shablam is a podcast with 2 Los
I told you how you
Angeles
have to
drag
say it.
Huh?
I told you how you had to say it. Shablam!
Yeah, Shablam!
Yeah.
You telling me how to say my own podcast? That's
I know,
crazy.
isn't that funny?
That's crazy. But
He's type A.
It's a podcast. We get down to the bottom of lifestyle. We get down to the bottom of philosophy of life, to the bottom of culture, and we bring you all along for the ride. So.
It's really fun because you think, oh, it's just sassy queens, but it's more than that.
We take a topic each week and we deep dive on the topic until we shablam.
Yeah.
Shablam.
Shablam.
Exactly.
How can we contribute to your Kickstarter for?
You can first of all follow me on Instagram. I need followers and I love attention.
You'll be fourth in line.
Yeah, follow me there, Acacia Forgot. And
Or on
then
Sniffies.
on my Kickstarter, if you literally go to Kickstarter and type in Acacia Forgot, type in Hollywood Hillbilly, any of those buzzwords.
I'm really excited for it.
You can donate. I have different like levels of donation, and I mean nothing goes without like not a prize, but like a gift or whatever. There's things like custom merch that will never be made again. You can like custom guitar picks, bandanas. You can get like CDs of the album when it comes out. You can get vinyls of the album when it comes out. You can get even more like personalized things. There's all different levels. So you can donate to that, and then that will be be rolling out later this year with the first singles. I'm also I'm starting this new web show because I have a lot of family.
When do you have time for all of this?
I don't know. I don't really sleep. And I have a lot of family history in LA. My grandpa grew up with Shirley Temple.
Shirley Temple Black? Are you kidding?
My uncle was killed by
insane.
Bugsy Siegel. I have a lot of family history. I have family members who were in Ben-Hur, the original Ben-Hur. I have very like wealthy oil investors back in the day. Did the money find me? No. They spent it all. But I have like a lot of history in LA, and I love LA history.
I love that.
So I'm starting this new series on YouTube called Freak in the Streets, and it's about telling different historical things about LA because I think it is so interesting, and I think LA is the coolest city in the world, and I want to show everybody that.
There's a lot of history here that we don't even know about.
Exactly, and
from cultures that we don't even hear from.
And that's the thing is there's so many cultures that built the city, and there's so many like untold stories and so many things that were bulldozed and built over that we don't even know about. And I think those stories need to be told, and I don't think that I'm the only one telling them, but I think that I want to use my platform to tell them, and I love learning about it. And my boyfriend is tired of listening to me talk, so I'm going to talk to the camera instead. He's going to be holding the camera, so I'm going to be talking to him still, but like at least it's going to be to a camera. Yeah.
All right, final question for you both. We know the drag community is under attack politically, socially. How can the queer community best support the drag community? And people are like, oh, it's the same community. No, it's really not.
I have said this since, we got asked this a lot, like in doing like Drag Race press and stuff, and I still stand by what I say. I believe that the biggest thing you could do is just be yourself and to express yourself unapologetically, which is what I did in North Dakota when I started doing drag. I knew that it was frowned upon. I knew that the possibility of me being killed or hate crimed or beat up was very high. That's not even a joke. And I think having the bravery to just be yourself and unapologetically and express yourself unapologetically is enough to make your voice heard and set the tone for this country.
But as a gay man, how can I best support my drag family?
I really think it just comes down to, these gay boys, I see them down at Santee Alley. I see them in WeHo. I see them in the Valley. I see them everywhere. Wear your crop tops. Wear your short shorts. Say your slang. Do your thing. And
he's talking to you.
Be you unapologetically. Because I think that it's not about saying something specific or doing something specific. I think just you living as authentically as you can is the most important thing you can do.
Yeah, I would say that. And I would also encourage people to take the time to kind of learn about drag and the work that we do, because I think that a lot of times people consider us the life of the party, or they think of us as ornamental to their night out. And we are putting ourselves and our bodies in a public forum to be perceived, but also to indicate to people that this is a safe space for them. And I think that every time that we go out in drag, we're imagining a possibility where different identities and different types of people can exist all together. And whether that it's someone who's just in short shorts or it's someone who has a ski mask on like me, we can all exist and we can all cohabitate. And I think that it's a manifesto that we're building together in real time. And I think that more people it would behoove more people to kind of understand that role of drag as it pertains to, you know, a day-to-day like socio-political context. And I would say like support your local drag queens, tip your local drag queens. It helps us keep our jobs going, but also like it helps us create more spaces, it helps us network more, and it helps us create more like community. And I think that that's the job of a drag queen, is to be able to like rally the community and kind of serve as like a beacon or as a lighthouse for people who might need help finding their way. So I think people can understand the role of a drag queen a little bit more from that lens.
And I think it's also understanding how a drag queen gets to a drag show. We see them come out on stage and we're like, oh my God, we don't realize how dangerous it is for you to step out in public in drag to even get your Uber. Certain Uber drivers will say no to a drag queen. Or you walking by yourself to go backstage at Mickey's or whatever, that's dangerous. And you've taken all that to put on a great show.
I think that like, I think also like you were saying how drag queens, it's their duty to like kind of be this beacon. I think it's also like you said, our duty to like take on that danger for the community. And I've always been someone who, like, if I get hurt, if I get attacked, if I get killed, anything, God forbid, knock on wood, I think that if something like that happens to me and the justice of my community, I see that as a win. And I see that as like a beautiful thing. And I think that a lot of queens believe that and take that kind of responsibility onto themselves.
We talk about everything on this show. No, but
I hate to end on that. Oh my God.
But what do you? What?
I was like, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. But amen to drag queens, you know, and the power that you take walking down the street.
But also, I mean, it takes all of us. Mm-hmm. A lot of people see us as like the forefront of the community and things, but like it takes all of us. And I mean, like I know it seems very like annoying to be like, oh, like the WeHo gays, like who are wearing nothing, but it's like them freely living as themselves.
That's huge.
Is huge. It takes the lesbians. It takes the entire like alphabet of like LGBT people for us all to have what we have, and it takes all of us living freely to have what we have. It's not just us. It's also the straight people who support us,
our allies,
who have a stance in the government to advocate for us. So it's not just like on our shoulders.
And it's having conversations that we're not afraid to say what we think and to not just be yes people. Like my whole thing about, do we have too much drag race? And you guys brought up such a great point. It could mean something to that one person in some random location. I'm like, duh, I didn't even think about that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so. Oh my Lord. So tell everybody where we can find and follow you, Lorelei.
You can follow me on Instagram. That's where I am mostly. So if you want to cut up and kiki with me, you can follow me at Lorelei, YesLorelei. I'm also on TikTok. I have some performance videos on there if you're interested in my work. And that's yes_Lorelei.
And you can find me on all social media platforms.
Grindr, apparently.
Well, you can find me on Grindr, but you will not recognize me in drag. You'll recognize me as this.
Cowboy hat emoji.
It's only one cowboy hat emoji, Asha, I will have you know. Do your research next time.
It's 3 peach emojis, though.
Yeah.
No, it's just the cowboy hat emoji on Grindr. But anyways, on all other social media, you got me with these fucking drinks, girl.
It's called On the Rocks for a reason. We're not here for...
I'm pissed. No, you can find me on all social media at Acacia Forgot. That's Instagram, Twitter, YouTube to find my new show. I'm going to have a new podcast out that I'm working on which of course you guys will all be on at some point. And TikTok, everything at Acacia Forgot. I am lucky enough to be very original with my name, and I got all of the social media handles at Acacia Forgot.
Period.
Steven Dehler, where can we find and follow you?
Only Steven Dehler, and that's it, pretty much.
Yeah. A big thank you to Xavier, our engineer for today, for running around after following us, and Straw Hut Media. This is our new home, and I'm very, very happy. It's always a grab bag of fun here on the Rocks. Subscribe so we continue bringing the show your way. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Until next time, stay happy, stay healthy, stay sexy, and if you drink, stay tipsy. We'll see you next week. Bye.